Welcome to the Primetime 585 podcast. I'm Karen Iglesia. Julio Cruz in the room, and we got Sean in the back making sure we sound and look good. Best producers in the 5. And of course, you already know who I got across from me, the absolute luckiest man. When I say he's the luckiest man in Section 5, he is the luckiest man. Look what he landed. He landed me, y'all. So, Gerard Iglesia, the luckiest man. Go ahead, Gerard.
I'm feeling like Nelson Mandela right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he's dead.
Remember? Yeah. I'm dead inside. No, because it's like Chris Rock said. He said, marriage is hard. I mean, look at Nelson Mandela.
Yep.
He was a political prisoner.
Yeah.
He was in jail for 26 years.
Yeah.
Hard labor every day
Yeah.
in the African sun, the
Yeah.
blazing sun. Cracking up rocks, breaking up rocks. 26 years of that. He went home to his wife, and after 6 months, he said, I can't do this no more.
He did file for divorce after she held him down, though. Okay, that was a good one. That was worth it. That was a good one.
That was Chris Rock.
So let's go on to Monroe Historical Run. They are state finalists for the first time in the history. So Section 5 been around for 102 years, right? And for the first time, a city school is going to be making it to a state final, to be a state finalist. That's huge,
That's
Gerard.
huge.
Let's talk. We got to give him some kudos. First of all, let me shout out to Coach Cunningham, Coach Hopkins, Principal Mohammed. They built something special, Gerard, 4 years ago. They had to fold the season.
Yeah. They had, midway through the season, they just broke up, disbanded. No team.
And now they're playing for a state championship. So let's talk about some of what they got. So I want to talk about the fact that not only did they make history coming this far, not only do they have one of the top players in the country on the team, but let's talk about how they got here. They're 11-0. They outscored their opponent 460 points. They weren't winning. They were dominating. Talk more about that.
Yeah, I mean, like every game, you just know they're going to win, and you know they're going to win big. Now, we weren't sure how they do. It's a state semifinal.
Right. People was talking.
Yeah. And they won, what was it?
Handily.
Yeah. Like
Handily.
40-7, I think, something like that.
It was done at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was done. It was done.
As have most of their games have been like that.
Let's talk about some of the weapons they got. Of course, we're going to talk about Messiah Hampton. First of all, congratulations. Messiah, he just signed yesterday, official for Oregon. We went and covered that. But Messiah at this point has 56 catches, 1,079 yards, 12 receiving touchdowns, 259 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, 62 tackles, and 2 interceptions. We don't talk a lot about his tackles and about his... Talk about that.
Yeah, he's a great defensive
He'd
player.
have been a great safety at any Division I school.
Yeah.
Any Division I school.
Yeah, and just a straight-up athlete, man. He's
dominant.
Yeah, he's dominant on both sides of the ball.
So then they got Terrell Cunningham Jr., Terrell Pooty Cunningham. Let's talk about some of, 75% completion.
Now, that's Drew Brees territory.
Oh, go ahead, talk it.
Yeah, I mean, 75%. That's what Drew Brees was doing.
38 passing touchdowns. Remember, they've only played 11 games, right? And just so smart. I think the biggest threat is he could run or throw.
Yeah.
And it's like he's a threat either way.
You got to pick your poison.
You got to with him.
Yeah.
Because he could throw, he got an arm, but he could also run it. Very smart in his decision making. Yeah. I mean, that is the coach, right?
Right.
So you also have that extra IQ because Dad is always coaching. In the car home, he's coaching. At the dinner table, he's coaching. So that's what you used to do with Ant. You're always in the mode of coaching. And I think that helps him. And he has a lot of weapons. Ray Garcia. That's our guy.
Tremendous season.
304 rushing, right?
Yeah, he has 304 yards rushing with 4 TDs and 528 receiving yards. And he has seven receiving touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a dual threat also.
Yeah, both sides. Yeah.
Both sides, right? But let's talk about Baby J. You know, well, Jermaine Baby J Montgomery. He's the heart of the team. I like
I was
him.
going to say, he's like the Energizer Bunny for that team.
He is the heart of that team. He about that business, okay? He has 350 rushing yards, but he has 87 tackles so far in 11 games.
Yeah. You know, somebody that we don't talk about much is Louis Falou.
Oh, I like. Oh, listen, let's talk about Lewis.
Yeah.
I mean, 529 receiving yards, right?
On just 24
catches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has 9 TDs. But, 24 catches, 520 yards. That's an insane 22 yards per catch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look at that math that way. That you're right. We definitely got to talk about him, but there's so much weapons.
And
when
you going back to, Cunningham, I mean, 75%, but he's not just doing that on little screen passes or little 5-yard passes. He's throwing that thing downfield.
Oh yeah,
and completing
and
them
completing
at 75%.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I want to know about Anthony Amoeba. Amoeba, he had 55 tackles, 11 sacks.
Yeah.
Listen, he's like a pit bull. That quarterback better be ready because he about to find you. Yeah. Like, he had 11 sacks, but in 11 games, 11 sacks, right? Like, a sack a game is, you know what I'm saying?
Doing something.
We got to talk about him.
Not just sacks, but the pressure. Like, when we went to the Buffalo game, the pressure he put on the quarterback all day.
He's a dog.
Goodness. Yeah.
Not like a regular, he's like a terrier, like a pit bull. Like, Brian Walker, he's long, he's athletic. He's like 6'4", 6'5", had a growth spurt. Great hands.
Yeah. He catches everything.
Great hands.
He's got that Randy Moss type build and speed and hands and he's really good.
But they got Wickham, they got Jones, they got Broomfield, they got a lot of
those are the guys on the defense. And that's why they haven't allowed many scores.
Yeah.
Probably 21 points, I think they've allowed. 28 points all season in 11 games.
So when I say historical, it's historical. Real quick, they're going to be playing in Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow got this kid, Braden Richardson, 2,418 rushing yards, 36 rushing touchdowns, Gerard, right? He's a University of Rhode Island commit. Over 500 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns last week. However, we got a lot of those, though. Like, Monroe have more. They got a couple of weapons.
We're deeper.
Right. Yeah. Monroe. And I say we because I'm straight up 5'8". So now I can talk about we. When I say we, I'm wearing my red and blue. Right? I'm we. We in France. We part of Monroe this week. Okay?
The guy is running against one of the best defensive lines, like we said, with Wickham and Jones and
Broomfield,
and they got Broomfield's, covering their wide receiver, who's also a standout.
I don't know if you could put those numbers up. We'll see. We're gonna be there. We definitely gonna see. Yeah. But Monroe's on a historical run. We are pleading to everyone. Let's pack that place up, man. It's inside. You got to worry about no weather.
Yeah.
It's at the Dome. Let's pack up. Let's go up. It's 3:00 on a Saturday afternoon. Let's support these young men because, listen, they're on a historical run. 102 years is a lot of years for a city team not to make it this far. Shout out to Mohammed Hopkins and, of course, Coach Cunningham. Fantastic work, gentlemen. Love it. Let's go on to Brighton, Gerard. Brighton is also on a historical run. Coach Lynn, first of all, Coach Lynn is the only Asian coach in Section 5 to make it to a state championship.
Yeah.
That alone is historic. He's an Asian coach. This is the first Asian coach to make it this far. I don't know in the state. I just know in Section 5 that's been around 102 years.
Yeah, and some people will say, why is that a big deal? It is a big deal because
absolutely.
There are Asian kids out there who love football, but they don't see representation matters.
Absolutely.
And they see that. But not only that, that's a guy who's chased his passion.
Yes.
Against odds, like Jeremy Lin in the NBA.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's not just applies to football. There might be a guy, a kid out there who wants to do something else in life.
Right.
It could be in theater, whatever. But
you don't have to fit a certain mold, right?
Right.
And I know my inbox is gonna go crazy. Why she got to bring up the race and all of that stuff?
big deal.
Representation matters. And I'm going to tell you a quick story about Coach Lynn. We got a little bit of time. So Coach Lynn, when I acknowledged it at sectionals last year when he won, his son came up to me, and his son, who played for him last year, came up to me and said, "Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. That's very important. That's acknowledged." That was his son that came and said that. Because no one was talking about it. People kind of tiptoe against race and all of that stuff. And just because you mention race doesn't mean it's bad, right? Like, why are we tiptoeing? That is a thing. That's a big thing in the Asian community when you get that far. You were the first Hispanic coach to win a sectional title in Section 5. That's in basketball as a head coach. That's a big deal. When you celebrate, representation, especially in this climate, people get mad. Sports, you're not supposed to get mad. We got to celebrate it. Coach Lynn is on a historical run both ways. As a Asian coach, that's the farthest, and also it's the first time Brighton has gotten this far.
Yeah, because last year, under his leadership, was the first time they won sectionals.
Yes.
And they did it again. And
it's the first time in the state finals.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the road to get here, because I got to talk about that a little bit. The road here was not easy for Brighton, Gerard, okay?
Because that was a loaded class.
A myriad of teams. They started with Churchville Chili, right, who they beat 35-14. Then they went to undefeated Irondequoit in that rain, that crazy rain. I was out there in that rain messing up my hair. 7-6. Heininger is the only person to score, because you were doing a game and I was doing this game in the rain. They beat Irondequoit 7-6. Heininger is the only one that scored. Then they beat Webster Schrader, who's also very good, 30-20.
That was for the championship. Yep.
Right, for the championship. Then they had to do a crossover game with East, who also won sectional, and they beat East 24-14, right? Then they went and played McKinley in Buffalo, who they whooped up on. They packed up McKinley. I can talk about it because they're not Section 5. They packed up McKinley 42-14, okay? Then last week, they played Union Endicott.
Who's a power.
Man, talk about it, man.
I mean, you always hear about them in football.
47-14, packed them up like babies, changed their diapers, and sent them home. Now, so the path here for Brighton was not an easy path. They had to work to get here, okay? So I don't care how they do. Now, I want them to win on Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, Friday night. But no matter what, that's historical, because that, just to get to this far, was hard. Let's talk about what they use, what weapons they had. Of course, Heininger signed yesterday, Gerard, right? He signed yesterday. He's going to the University of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Leon said he's one of the best players to ever come out of Brighton.
Yeah.
I was like, you sure? Because you're going to say that? Because his own brother came out of Brighton.
Yeah.
But they got Justin Medina, transfer from Rush Henrietta. He's got 1,043 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, 17 TDs?
Yes. and I talk about Matt Heininger. He has 324 rushing, 288 receiving, 4 touchdowns, 92 tackles.
13 for a loss.
13. He out here terrorizing folks, okay?
He's a grown man.
But listen, playing with little boys, okay? And then you have Amari Snowden, who looks like also a grown man. That is the heart. He plays hard. Amari leaves it all on the field, right? Then you have Zach Rosignol. That's my guy.
Yeah.
953 rushing, 11 touchdowns. He also had 37 tackles playing on both sides. And your guy, Leo Hopkins, right? Like, they didn't do this, just like accidentally. They got some good players out there. Patrick Rohr, 22 catches, 352 receiving. Ethan, no, I can never say Ethan's name. He's a quarterback.
I want to say Bialazewski.
You do that. Let his parents
Bialazewski.
Let his parents text you when don't.
Well, he's only a sophomore. We got 2 more years to
learn his name, right? Only, as I was going to mention, Coach Lynn is doing this, Gerard, with only a sophomore at the helm. Didn't play last year really that much. And he's doing that. So, but 64.9% completion, 1,195 yards, 11 touchdowns. Shout out to Brighton, Class A finalists, irregardless of what happened. I'm really, really proud of this team. Really, really proud of that team. Who wins by 33 points in a state semifinal game? That's crazy work. That's crazy. All right, we got to switch up to some hockey. Let's switch up to some hockey. We put a lot of time into football. Now, we're going to talk about Hilton versus Greece Storm. We want to give credit where credit is due. This game was covered by 14-year-old youth council member Jack Scott, and he even wrote this part of the show. The Hilton Cadets, right? They defeated Greece Storm 5-2. Matt Sidoti started the scoring for Hilton with a power play goal from a feed from Parker Smith in the first, right? Just a few minutes later after this draw, Hunter Hootman increased the lead by 2 on another power play. Now the Cadets are up 2-0, just like that on power plays. Cameron Gibo started the scoring in the second with a snapshot from the right circle. Later on in the period, James Waddy scored on the tap in from Chase Benham, cutting Hilton's lead to 2 now, right? Ending the second period, it's 3-2. Hilton is up. Late in the third, Mason Knight scored, making the score 4-2 Hilton. And with under a minute left, Luke Z shot the puck down the length of the ice in the empty net to make it 5-2, securing Hilton's season opening win. First victory of the season for Hilton.
Yeah, this is during the Nooch Memorial Tournament.
Aquinas hosting it every year.
I just want to shout out also Wyatt Pilgrim. He scored for Greece also on a power play. Like, I think 4 of the first 5 goals in the game were power play goals. So
hockey is back, baby.
Yeah.
Hockey is back. So let's talk about Irondequoit versus Aquinas hockey. Same tournament.
Good game.
I'm gonna give this game to you. Go ahead.
Now, Irondequoit, they were down 3-1. Right?
In the second.
In the second. I mean, it didn't look too good for them. They're playing Aquinas. They wound up winning 4-3. They scored 3 unanswered goals. Landon Bryan, he had a goal and an assist. And we'll talk more about him later. Douglas Velipek had a goal and an assist. And they went on to beat Webster Thomas
this past week, yeah.
Yeah, 7-4. So in Tuesday game, Chase Waller had 35 saves.
Now
he had
44
saves.
In 44 saves in the against Aquinas.
Yeah.
Yo, they working that man like a Jamaican with 4 jobs. Okay, he is out here working in that goal. Yeah. So he had 44 saves on Saturday. 35 saves on Tuesday, just in 2 games. My man, he got to be exhausted. Can you imagine how his uniforms smell?
Never mind.
No, we're going to talk about it. Never mind my butt. Listen, we're going to talk about, have you all smelled hockey players?
Oh, my God.
What?
I don't know what's with their uniforms.
Can they not wash it?
Football players are the same.
They can't wash the uniforms?
They wash it. It's just the sweat and all that other stuff that happens in the game.
So football players
are spending time on this.
Listen, we got to let people know. And they want me in their locker room? I think not. Jordan, let's go to the locker room. No, let's not. Let's not. But seriously, I love hockey. I am a Jamaican woman, y'all. Never seen hockey a day in her life. I didn't know how many people played hockey. Next thing you know, I'm talking about shots on goal and everything. Proud of myself. All right, let's go to Penfield versus Bruins hockey. Penfield put a beat down on them Bruins, boy. Yeah, Penfield did. Yeah. But let me tell you something. The Bruins are rebuilding right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're in a rebuilding phase. A couple years ago, they were really, really good. They were really young last year. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when I say a beatdown, it's like it's when you're in a rebuilding phase and you're trying to pull that back up, then that's tough. But look for Brighton to be good in a couple of years. Mm-hmm. They got some 9th graders on that team. They're young, right? Now, no, I'm not saying Penfield is not good. That's not what I'm saying. Don't come at your girl talk about Penfield. I'm not saying they're not good. You got Wes Maksumi. He had 4 goals. He's a team captain. Mm-hmm. He had 4 goals. Miller had 2 goals for Penfield. But their goalie is very good. Trent Monroe is extremely good. He had 6 saves, but could you imagine a shutout, 10-0, and you have a shutout night, that just tells you how good that goalie is. So I want to shout out to Penfield, but I want to acknowledge that Brighton is in a rebuilding phase.
Yeah. And like you said, I remember when the Cowboys were good, 40, 50 years ago?
Here you go.
No,
You're going to get the Cowboys people in my daggone inbox. Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
No, but one of the key things for them is they always beat teams they were supposed to beat. And that's true of any great team. You don't lose to teams that you're not supposed to.
Right.
And, Penfield's, that's a sign of a good team to beat,
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, Penfield's going to be good this year. They're absolutely going to be good. Let's talk about, let's go into some basketball, Gerard. Let's go into some basketball. HFL versus Wilson. Shout out to Coach Allman. First win of the season.
Corey.
Yeah, Corey with the win.
Wait, a little side note.
Go ahead.
Corey once had like 13 threes against Kentucky. At Kentucky.
He was a terrific collegiate player.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not here accidentally.
That's a record.
Against Kentucky?
Yeah.
So for the coach, for a coach, he's still bad. And he can shoot, and he's a great trainer.
Yeah.
Great trainer. HFL got the 50-45 win over Wilson. Shane Sampson with 18 points and 12 rebounds, double-double. Jake Weber with 13 points. He had 3 threes. Look for him. He could shoot the ball. Brody Swan with 10 points and 8 rebounds. And Grady Goodberlet with 6 points. He is a lacrosse star.
Superstar.
I think that he is playing like basketball to keep in shape because he is a crazy good. His dad is also the coach. So let's talk about Thomas versus Palmac basketball. Went to show them some love yesterday. Thomas got the 62-51 win over Palmac. Talk about this game more, Gerard.
Yeah, Matteo Pietrantoni.
Yep.
Okay. He had 22 points. He had 14 in the first half. Yeah. Jaden Kyles. Yeah. Jaden Kyles and Danny Check, they had 11 points and 10 points respectively. At Webster, they started out strong.
Yeah.
And they were pretty much in control of the whole game. Palmac's going to be all right.
They got Eli Smith. He scored 12 points. They got Joey Hagan. He scored 10. Cameron Quick. He's quick like his name. He had 10 points. They're a little bit undersized, but they're very, very scrappy.
Very scrappy, yep.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to mention about Webster Thomas. They share the ball real well. I mean, this is a team that lost 5 starters from last year.
Good coach, though.
I mean, Matteo, he started some games last year, probably about half the games. But everybody else is new, but they look the same.
Yeah.
I mean, they defend real well. And
that's what happened when you have a system in place for the coach,
yeah.
right? Let's talk about systems. Go to Finney versus Harley Allendale Columbia. We don't run out of time. Finney picked up the big win. When you have a coach, like,
my guy,
Coach,
Joe Marchand.
Coach Marchand, you guys used to battle. He said you got him by 3 games. I didn't even know he was keeping track.
I didn't know.
That's how competitive he is. Because you ain't coaching 20 years and he remember that. But they got the big win, 57-22 over Harley Allendale Columbia, who's also rebuilding right now. David Paris is from Spain, 18 points, 6 in the first quarter. Braylon Broom with 14 points. Romeo Pauly with 8 points. This team consists of 3 international Spanish athletes. Congratulations, Finney, on the win. Joe, we don't run out of time. We got to go to your pick. So the pick, Gerard's pick. Talk about it.
Mine is Matteo Pietrantoni.
Why?
Like we said, he had 22 points. He scored 14 of the 22 in the first half. But, I mean, he's got a nice arsenal. He got a nice little drop step, like that one right there. I mean, he's got a good turnaround jumper. He could, got a mid-range. He can do it all. He's one of the best big men in Section 5.
His footwork is so impressive.
Yeah.
So impressive.
He's only a junior, and I'm sure some local college coaches, are going to start picking up on him this year.
Yeah. And he's a legit big man. Legit, very, very
one
legit.
One of the most skilled big men
I've seen. Yeah. You got to invite him to your camp, Gerard. You got to invite him to your camp. All right, so.
Absolutely.
Let's talk Karen's pick. The non-hockey person from an island surrounded by water with no ice rink selected London Bryan from Irondequoit Hockey. Gerard, he had 5 goals and 1 assist versus Webster Thomas, right? They won 7-4, but 5 out of them, he's responsible for 6 of those 7 goals because he had 5 goals and 1 assist. Yeah. He had a great game. 5 goals, 1 assist. I want to shout out to Z705. This is he works with us now. This is his footage. So talk more about What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, I'm not sure if it's Landon or London. I don't want to.
Maybe London?
I think it's Landon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, London, my bad. Okay, it's the accent. See, the Jamaican accent comes out. Their team is 2-0-1 right now. Around the court a couple years ago was getting beat up on, and now they look good. That's a talk about. That's a part about rebuilding that we always talk about. Some teams are going to be down. It might take some time to rebuild because a couple years ago, they were rebuilding. Now, Mr. Brian out here dropping 5 goals, 1 assist, and I really, really, really like this team. 2-0-1. They got the 7-4 win over a very, very good Webster Thomas hockey team. Look at me picking a hockey player from an island gal picking a hockey. Can I tell you how I really like hockey? You know I like hockey. I just don't like the cold hockey rinks.
Yeah.
But I really, like they're allowed to fight. Or, well, are they allowed to fight? Or I don't know if they're allowed, but they fight. It's
they just push around.
They check each other in the ice. Yeah. Boom. I'm like, yeah, boom.
There's no fight.
No, not physical, like busting a face open type of thing, but they are very, it's a very much a contact sport, right? Yeah. So I love it. So let's go to around Section 5. Around Section 5. So we got exactly a minute and a half drive. Do you know what I want to talk about around Section 5? I want to talk about this upcoming season, how we have some talent. We lost a lot of talent in Section 5 basketball to prep school. But we have some hidden gems here. So I'm excited to rediscover, because sometimes people just take advantage and we take it for granted, right? But we got to go and discover some good talent. Like we found Mateo.
Yeah.
Right? We got to find some diamond in the rough. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. He's the first one that I was thinking of. He's tough. He's really tough.
And we have to find some diamonds in the rough, because the players that we always talk about, they're all gone, right?
Yeah.
So we got to go find them. And I'm excited. I'm excited for Section 5 this year. I'm really excited for Section 5. There's a couple.
And
go ahead.
just by all those guys transferring, going to prep schools, that evens the fields out. 'Cause otherwise, Rush Henrietta probably would have.
Yeah, that's good too. It definitely equals even the feels out. Real quick, East High School girls won yesterday. They beat an Edison team. Shout out to Wilson girls won yesterday. They beat a Monroe team only by 2 points yesterday. So we didn't get a chance to get into some girls. We're starting with girls today, girls basketball today. But Gerard, congratulations to Messiah Hampton.
Yeah, and real quick, Brighton. They're playing for the state championship on Friday
at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Get out there.
Get out there, support them. And that's it for you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.